I was supposed to cut my hair a few days ago and shave the beard, but I haven't done that yet. What about this caterpillar status on my mustache though? It feels very good to arrive to a clean office. Ta-da! Fantastic. Now we can put sleeping bags in here because they are deep enough. Nu får du en chans. Wise words. Vi glömde dem igår. Wise words of today.
I don't think that wise word would help today.
Okay. Time for a Q&A. Haven't done one of these in a pretty long time. So thought that today would be a great day. And I haven't actually used Instagram this entire week. I decided to delete it on Sunday. I only downloaded it to post one story and then deleted it again. But now I gotta download it to be able to access the questions. What are your Mavic 3 gimbal settings and advanced settings? I don't think I ever touched them. I have an A6500. It's better to invest in glass and light or a new body. This is gonna be a tough question, but depending on what you're after, I would say that lighting is always gonna be priority number one. Do you still want to make videos like the Poker B-roll, Blacksmith, or Rivals? Yes and no. Like, I don't want to do videos for the sake of just making tutorials. I want to make the videos when I feel that I have a passion of making those kind of videos, just as I did with the poker video, because when I created that, I really wanted to make the video. And then after that, it kind of like faded off and I started to get into the habit of just creating videos for the sake of getting views. And that was when like everything kind of faded out for me as for motivation wise to make those videos. But when it comes to Rivals, I would love to make more short films and stuff like that, but I need to get back into that kind of mindset and get my motivation back. And I think that being able to focus on something else is the best way to get back to what I want to do. Do you believe in success? Is there an achievement that means you've made it? I don't think that success is like tied to any sort of achievement. I think that if you are happy, it doesn't matter what you work with, what you're doing on a day-to-day basis, if you feel happy with your current situation, that is success. As a beginner YouTuber, how often should I upload videos? Any recommendations on how to grow? Be consistent. Just upload videos as long as you feel the urge to upload videos and growth will come. When did you first start using a camera? I think it was in 2014, and then I first started shooting videos in 2017 or 2018. What do you think about Turkey? Your fan loves you. Thank you. I've actually been to Turkey when I was doing my apparel brand. I traveled to a factory in Izmir, and I would love to visit again. It's awesome. When are we going to sip whiskey together? I don't know, Tyler. Maybe sometime in the future. Do you usually read off any kind of script or bullet points? Yes, when I do videos that I need to talk about a specific thing, then I usually have bullet points written down and have it on the monitor next to me. But when I'm making these kind of videos, it's just coming straight from the top of my head and I have absolutely nothing planned. What are your favorite energy drinks? I'm gonna say Red Bull and Monster, both sugar-free. Do you really need a niche in the beginning of your YouTube career? I gotta say that it helps, but it's not a necessity. It totally depends on what you want to achieve. I mean, like, if you want to live on YouTube, then it's gonna be easier for you to find some sort of niche and create a bunch of videos within that niche. But if your goal is just to make YouTube videos and have fun with making YouTube videos, then no, you don't need to have a niche. The good thing about having a niche is that you gain an audience that is interested within the content that you make. But the hard thing about having a niche is that it's very hard to break out of that niche once you're in it. And that is also one of the reasons why I started this vlog channel. I think it's a lot easier to have a vlog and this kind of channel if you already have an audience to begin with. So it all depends. Would you ever do an iPhone only vlog? I actually have done several times. Just when I do them, there's no one that actually catches that I'm shooting with an iPhone. Have you been able to buy all your camera stuff because you earn a lot through YouTube, or is it mainly your own input? It's a combination of both. At my position right now, when I have a successful YouTube channel, I do make more money than I thought I would be able to make when I started YouTube. But in the beginning of my career, I invested into like a Sony a7 III, lenses, gimbal, you name it, with my own private money. I mean, like a lot of the things that you can see in the background is stuff that I have accumulated over the years. It's not something that all of a sudden ended up here. If you scroll back on my main channel to, I think it's like in the beginning of 2020, then you can see how this office looked like when I just moved in here. If you could go anywhere you want to shoot an epic film, where would you go and why? Honestly, I think that United States of America would probably be one of my top priorities. There is so many different environments that you can use there, and being able to see the Manhattan skyline and stuff like that, that would be cool. Would you ever start giving shoutouts for small YouTube channels? No, I don't do shoutouts. What is your long-term goals with work and YouTube? My long-term goal is to have this as sustainable work moving into the future as well. And I would like to expand the business and turning it into something bigger than it is right now. But then expanding a business takes time. If nothing is impossible, what is important? Consistency. What do you do recreationally? Games or movies? I would say that movies probably once or twice a week, but that's basically it. I get very anxious when I play a game because I see it as a loss of time, basically. So it's a very hard thing for me to start up my PS4 and play a game for the sake of playing a game. Why are you not concentrating on your main channel? It's very difficult to get such a huge amount of subscribers. Yes, and once you've achieved greatness, sometimes you need to have a break. And that is what I'm doing right now. I'm letting that rest for a little bit, and then I focus on this channel, and then hopefully I can get back to go full force on both channels, and then I'm gonna be able to grow both at the same time. Will there be another Peter and Tom podcast? I love Tom. I loved having the podcast with Tom. The downside though is that the time zones, we're 9 hours apart. So whenever I'm about to like wind down here in the office, Tom was waking up, and then it kind of just got weird, you know, to have the podcast, and it kind of fell out of the routines. But who knows? Maybe we're gonna get back to it sometime in the future. How many days a week do you work out at the moment? 3. What is your net worth? Doesn't matter. Any tips on getting started with video creation when you live in a small, boring village? Try to make that small, boring village to look interesting. That is the challenge.